free agency is coming up for Kawhi Leonard. Of course, we know he's going to be a free agent. And the number one question is, if they win the title, should Kawhi Leonard leave the Toronto Raptors? And to me, he shouldn't leave the Toronto Raptors because, A, he's going to be a contender for multiple seasons to go. He's in the Eastern Conference. He's in a place where they understand his health and they won't push him too far. You know, if he goes to the Clippers or anything like that, I'm not sure they'll understand the fact that he'll need to sit some games out and stuff like that because he is hobbled. And I don't understand what is going on with Kawhi in terms of his body. Even though he's cleared to play, you can clearly see that he's not 100% at what he is. Game 5, you saw that where he shied away from the ball a whole heck of a lot, and he wasn't keeping up with the team. So if you win a championship, first you bring the first championship to the Toronto Raptors. You are a you're a champion, 2-time champion. You stay in the Eastern Conference, which is a weak conference. Now, with Kyrie Irving opting out from the Boston Celtics, only team you have to worry about essentially is the Philadelphia 76ers, because most likely Jimmy Butler is going to stay and get his money. But to me, the reason why you stay is not just because you won a championship. It's because of the amount of money that you can get. You can always just play in Toronto and then live in LA. You know, during your breaks, you fly. You could make a clause in your contract. I need to spend 2 weeks out of the year or two every couple weekends in Toronto and in California, whatever the case is. You get the extra $30 to $40 million in your contract, and you sew yourself up from injury. As we all saw, Kevin Durant got hurt, and he signed a 1-year deal with an option to buy in or whatever. So that doesn't really bode well for him because on the long term, he's not safe on the back end. Now Kawhi, if he opts in for a 4 or 5 year deal, you save yourself, and if you get hurt, you still get paid. So like, to me, a lot of these guys aren't taking advantage of getting paid. I think if some of these stars understand, like, if I get paid, I'm the $1 million man or whatever. Yeah, I might not win a title, but if I continue to play great, people can't say, well, I didn't win the title. They could just say they never gave me the pieces to help me win. Like, fans are more savvy than they used to be. So if you don't win a title, it's not like people are going to hit your legacy like, oh, like, he signed his deals off about the money. He didn't really try to do anything. If you try to win games and you get paid, nobody's going to fault you. Here's some of the key people that you got to understand. Like, they make fun of Charles Barkley for not winning a ring, Reggie Miller for not winning a ring, but they put it all out on the floor. And they took their money. And to me, even though they never won a title, I think they're much more happier with leaving a great lifestyle, having their money, having the respect of their peers. A lot of guys that won rings actually pawn them at the pawn shop. Like, there's so many NFL, NBA championship rings that got pawned, and people are like, well, how did this happen? Well, the guy went broke because he didn't take his money. So to me, financially, basketball-wise, it all makes sense to stay in Toronto. You can always buy your home in Cali. You can live in Cali during the offseason. If you guys fail to make the playoffs, it's even better. You get to go there early. You can go to Cali earlier. But by all means, stay in the East. Stay in Toronto, especially if you bring a championship. Try to repeat, because the market for Toronto is different than the U.S. You got to understand this. You win a title there, it's the whole entire country that's going to be spending money on you, including U.S. dollars. So there's a bunch of Toronto fans in the U.S. Then you got the whole nation supporting you. So now you're going to get endorsement deals in Toronto, airline commercials in Toronto. Even though the taxes are different, you still stand to make a lucrative amount of money. So I don't see the point of leaving. So Kawhi definitely should stay in Toronto. If they win the championship. If they lose the championship, now if they lose the championship, he can say, hey, I tried to win the title here. We were up 3-1 and blew a 3-1 lead. I don't think I can stay here. You win a championship, you're kind of hard pressed not to try to defend your title. You have to defend your title, even if it's just like a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal. You can't just bounce on them and you just won a championship. It doesn't work like that. Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.